We'll call the regular meeting of the Upshur County Commission to order. We'll begin with a moment of silent meditation and prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This time we'll have the reading of minutes of the August 15th, 2013 Upshur County Commission meeting. Morning, Jackie.
Good morning. The County Commission of Upshur County, West Virginia held their regular meeting at the Courthouse Annex on Thursday, August 15, 2013 at 9 a.m. Donnie Tenney called the meeting to order. There were present Donnie Tenney, Commissioner, J.C. Rafferty, Commissioner, Troy Brady, Commissioner, Megan Pomeroy, County Administrator, Jennifer Dinklow, Assistant County Administrator, and Jacqueline Dinklocker, Secretary. The meeting began with a moment of silent meditation and prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. All motions passed unanimously unless otherwise stated. After reading of the minutes on motion by Troy Brady, seconded by J.C. Rafferty, the Commission approved the regular meeting minutes of August 8, 2013 with typographical corrections. After discussion on motion by J.C. Rafferty, seconded by Troy Brady, the Commission approved Jennifer Messer as volunteer for the Lewis Upshur Animal Control Facility. After discussion on motion by J.C. Rafferty, seconded by Troy Brady, the Commission approved the appointment of Keith Queen, Director of the Upshur County EMS, as Emergency Medical Provider to Upshur County, ETAB, pursuant to West Virginia Code Section 24-6-5G. Megan Pomeroy provided a review of the renewal agreement for the maintenance contract with Software Systems Incorporated. After discussion on motion by J.C. Rafferty, seconded by Troy Brady, the Commission approved and authorized the President to sign the agreement. The Commission reviewed the following for your information items. Number 1, executed grant award, Community Partnership Grant for Disabled Veterans, CH36 grant project number 13 LEDA 0236 in the amount of $10,000, July 1, 2012 through June 30, 2014. Number 2, building permit report for July 2013. Number 3, Upshur County Dog Warden report, July 2013. Number 4, Upshur County Cat report, July 2013. Number 5, Upshur County E911 Communications Center reports, July 2013, as listed. Number 6, agendas and/or notices of meetings, as listed. Number 7, meeting minutes and/or financial reports, none. Number 8, meetings, as listed. Number 9, appointments needed or upcoming, as listed. Laura Meadows, Executive Director of Upshur County Convention and Visitors Bureau, appeared before the Commission and provided an update/status report on finances, events, and activities. Ms. Meadows provided data and a printout of the 2012-2013 annual report and highlighted the accomplishments of the CVB over the past year. Megan Pomeroy provided a review of the requests from April Staniszewski, West Virginia, Wesleyan College head swimming coach, and Dennis Miller, BUHS swim team coach, to use the pool facility after the August 18 closing date for training purposes. Ms. Pomeroy was requested to follow up with cost estimates to keep the pool open. Dr. Reed, Buchanan Upshur Health Department representative, discussed the Health Department's recommendation for a candidate to fill the current board vacancy. Megan Pomeroy was requested to follow up on the eligibility status of the recommended candidate. The item will be placed on a future agenda for action. Rick Edwards, Upshur County Recreation Park Advisory Board member, provided information concerning a raffle/lottery fundraiser to benefit the Upshur County Youth Camp. Donnie Tenney provided information concerning the history of the youth camp. The Commission approved all invoices for payment. The Commission approved all vacation orders. The Commission approved the following settlements as listed. The Commission approved the following exonerations and/or refunds as listed. The Commission approved the following requests to attend meetings for Commission employees as listed. Megan Pomeroy advised that she had received cost estimates from maintenance personnel for keeping the pool facility open for training purposes after the scheduled closing date per request from April Staniszewski and Dennis Miller as discussed previously in this meeting. After discussion on motion by J.C. Rafferty, seconded by Troy Brady, the Commission approved the request through September 15. The coaches will be requested to work out scheduling conflicts. With no further business, on motion by J.C. Rafferty, seconded by Troy Brady, the Commission meeting adjourned at 11:15 a.m.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes as read? Excuse me. Not, I'd ask for a motion we approve them as such.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Jackie. Our first scheduled appointment is at 1 o'clock, a supervisors meeting, and 2 o'clock, our policy board meeting. First item for discussion and possible action is regarding the appointment of Health Department Board member.
And we've had one interested party in being appointed to that board from the Washington district, but there are some requirements for political affiliation when you're on that board. That interested party was an independent. We currently have 3 Democrats and 1 Republican on the board. And I attached the code here so you could see. It says the number of members of a combined local board of health belonging to the same political party may not exceed by more than one the number of members belonging to another political party. So in my opinion, we probably would not be able to appoint an independent because then we would have 2 Democrats more than the other political parties, if that makes sense. So unfortunately, I don't think that we would be able to appoint her. I think we're going to need another Republican from the Washington district, according to the code.
Now,
So
it was my understanding that, let me see, where was that? Was that, which paragraph?
it's
was that?
at kind of the end of the first paragraph. It starts
Okay.
on the right-hand side, the number of members of the combined board.
Of a combined local board of health belonging to the same political party may not exceed more than,
So having 3 Democrats and 2 Republicans works because they only have 1 more member than the other political party.
Oh, I see.
But by
No.
having 3 Democrats, 1 Republican, 1 independent, they exceed by 2 Republicans, they exceed by 2
May not
independents.
exceed by
That would be
more
my interpretation of
one.
that.
Huh.
And, you know, I'm not sure if it's that you at least have 2 people that are not part of the majority. I mean, in that case, maybe you could, but from my reading, they would have 2 more than the other 2 political parties involved, so we probably would not be able to appoint an independent.
Well, that's interesting. Well, we can look at that. I was thinking that it was just that you couldn't be more than 3 from one political party, but that kind of, I don't know if that's because at that time there was just Republicans and Democrats. If that
Right,
was,
because you have 5 seats, you can't have more than 3 from one political party because then that would put you at more than 1 over the other party, which at that point, if you just had Republican and Democrats, that would make sense, that you can't have more than 3 because then you'd be violating that part of the code.
Well, that's kind of interesting, isn't it?
It could be also antiquated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it may
I don't know
very well
why
be.
that's in the
Yeah,
code, I don't
yeah.
know if that really has importance, but.
You have a situation here where you have someone who wants to volunteer, wants
Yeah.
to serve the community, and is prohibited from doing so because of statute.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll continue pondering that.
Yeah.
That's kind of puts a different twist. I was thinking it just said that there couldn't be more than 3 from one political party, but that kind of puts a different twist
Yeah.
on it there. So, well, we'll keep working on that then. Okay, the next is discussion regarding communication from Joe Layton. West Virginia Community Builders LLC requesting continuous board for Sunny Buck Gardens.
And this actually was forwarded to us by Steve Foster, the Development Authority Director. This is something that came up, I think it was maybe last fall, where they came to us and asked you three to give them a letter of support to go for tax credits to build a low-income house. Apparently they did not get the tax credits that they were going out for. I know there's a number of things that they had to do. And so they are thinking ahead and planning on applying for the tax credits again next year.
Well,
So
I'm sorry, go ahead, I'm sorry.
what I've attached is what I believe Joe Layton has asked Steve Foster to sign, and Steve Foster has asked that you review this in anticipation for next year. So right now they're going to apply for funding to build a project next year, but in order to use that funding, they would need to apply and get the tax credits. So they would like right now for you to give an indication as to whether next year you would be willing to write the letter that you did this year and an additional letter of support and inclusion in the developmental plan. Does that make sense? So they're asking you right now to determine what you'll do next year.
My recollection is, and I may, correct me if I'm wrong, but my recollection was that he wanted the second letter. There were three, I believe, organizations that were interested in building similar developments within the county, and the commission did not feel it proper that we give a shove, let's say, or give more support to one over three, that we wanted to remain in sort of a neutral position on that. Let the process go forward, let the body that would provide the points or provide the ultimate reward tax credits, let them make a determination as to which project. My understanding was that none of the three, or the two of the three that were seeking credits, received credits.
Correct.
Now we're in a situation right now where we don't know what the future holds in terms of whether or not some other entities will come in and seek, as Mr. Layton's group. There may be another group or two, I don't know. Mr. Layton may end up being the only individual that seeks tax credits. My thoughts are, my personal thoughts are, we should hold off on this until we see what the lay of the land is, and if Mr. Layton is the only individual at the time frame necessary, that we make a determination then. I think it's premature for us to give someone a support, not knowing if we want to keep things at a level playing field with all parties involved.
What would be the advantage to them other than just locking it in for the future? Is there any other advantage for them for us to do what they're requesting?
I think their goal in asking you to do this right now is to know whether they should go through in asking for federal funding right now. So they're trying to apply for this loan, I believe, in order to have the money ready, so that if they get the tax credits and if they are awarded the project, that they'll have the money ready right away. I believe, that's my understanding. So, I mean, really, this is for Steve Foster to sign, but he's asking for your support before they sign it and before, I guess, they go through that. I don't know if he's working with him, or I'm not sure who's actually filling out the loan paperwork. I'd assume it's Joe Layton, but so I guess they're just asking for a guarantee that they'll get your support for the tax credits, although that doesn't necessarily mean that they'll get tax credits, I believe.
Right. That doesn't mean that the state's going to approve it, because we don't approve the tax credits. All we do is whatever the term would be that we do, I guess, just
We endorse it.
Just endorse them and give them a letter of, okay, we're in agreement, but evidently that wasn't enough to get them a tax credit.
And the Upshur County Development Authority is an independent organization, whether we approve or not, Mr. Foster can, upon his own volition, sign a letter of endorsement. I would, as I said earlier, I think our position should be that we remain neutral to the degree that if another party comes in and attempts to get the same tax credit as they did in the past, we certainly support the idea that we have affordable housing for elderly or for others in the community. But for us to go on record trying to support one against the other at this point in time, I think is premature.
Well, I don't know how they could get a loan approval when they don't have the approval from the state. I think you have to get that tax credit first. Would seem logical. You have to get the tax credit approved first, and then you apply for the loan, because no federal or state lending agency is going to loan you money on the premise that maybe you're going to get tax credits next spring. They're not going to approve a loan based on that. So, I mean, I think the cards, we might talk to Steve Foster and see if there's more to it than what it appears, but it would appear as though us giving our approval doesn't give them any assurity, as it was approved this year, that the state's going to give them the tax credit. So the lending institution is going to say, when you get the tax credit, you come and we'll talk. Now, maybe they could start the process, but I don't think they need, because actually we're not giving them any assurity whatsoever, if we did this, that they're going to even get a tax credit. So I don't see where it would help them in a loan, but we can talk to Steve, whoever's our representative on that board. Who's on the development authority board?
I am.
Okay, well, maybe you can talk to Steve about that.
That'll be fine.
Okay, next, let's see. Review and execution of community participation grant for Elmore Volunteer Fire Department, in the amount of $4,000. So we need a motion to approve and authorize the president to sign this document, the contract?
Yes, this is the first that we've heard that we've actually been awarded that. And then the next item, the Main Street Cooperative, those are both two new community participation grants that we applied for that we just now received. So This would be to actually sign the contract so that we can go ahead and start
the
purchasing
process.
their supplies.
Okay, so do we have a motion on the Elmore Fire Department to authorize the president to sign the documents?
So moved.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. And review and execution of community participation grant for Main Street Arts Cooperative for $2,000. So we need a motion to authorize the president to sign the contract so we can start that process. So moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. So the signing of that document by the president of the Upshur County Commission is duly authorized and sanctioned by the full commission. I just want to add that.
Just covering all the angles.
Yeah, okay.
Covering the bases.
Yeah, just, okay. And we have our NACO prescription drug discount program as of July.
And that's just a regular update as to how many people are actually using that card.
And they
We're
are,
working on putting together a list of places where we can.
and are they not expanding that program beyond prescription drugs?
Right, they're looking at expanding that program.
Dental and vision, is it?
Well, part of it, there might be an additional charge, but I think there's an expansion of part of what's free. So,
Yeah, what the discount is.
yeah,
But I think it may have been dental and vision, I'm not
yeah, I
sure.
think so. So,
Which is something people should take advantage of. It can be used in addition to any discount that you may belong to.
right.
It may in fact exceed what your other discounts have. So it's a program worth having the public.
Well, it's
make
almost a
inquiry
30% savings. That's pretty good. And 42, 27, 29% savings. So that's, and I talked to that young lady from NACO that was at our meeting, and she was supposed to send some information. We'll have to follow up with that on promoting that.
Okay.
So maybe we'll get her contact information and follow up on things that they might have, brochures or information that we can promote that. So. Okay. Statewide transportation improvement, review and comment period through August 25th.
And this is again something that we get somewhat frequently. These are, I believe, projects that they are working on, and they have to notify everybody, and I'm not even sure if there are any in Upshur County there, but they ask us to publish that so that if anybody has any comments or concerns, they can contact them, and this period runs through August 25th.
Is there a bulletin board or something we publish this on or post it to?
That we do?
That we do that,
No, not that I'm aware of. We try to make it available in these agendas and at these meetings, but other than that.
I don't know if that would be something we'd want to consider down the road, getting just a
Yeah.
bulletin board somewhere. I know there's one down by the elevator that people post things on.
And there's one outside in between the two buildings.
Right.
Well, if there's none in Upshur County, that's probably,
Yeah. I mean, for other similar public comment type things, might be a good idea to have something like that.
Yeah.
Just for people
Well,
coming out of the courthouse.
well, we have the one in the alley that I'm not
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
I know we post public meetings, I think, there.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have the Upshur County Sheriff's financial statement, June 2013. For your viewing pleasure. And we have agendas and notice of meetings at West Monti RC&D Board of Directors.
Who's attending that, Mr. President?
I believe Mr. Brady, since he's the largest farmer on the commission, I believe he's the one that we assigned to that task.
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, you're not aware? Well, maybe. Well, Jackie, go back and check the minutes, but I believe you were the one that was appointed to that West
And I don't have
Monti.
any strawberry plants.
I know, but you have cattle.
I do have cattle.
I have a container garden and didn't do too well this year.
Yeah. Well, we'll double check on that, but I was thinking that Mr. Brady was our appointee, because Creed Fletcher had served on that before. It's just a monthly meeting, buddy. It's a nice thing. I mean,
It's at a steakhouse.
do what?
The meeting's at a steakhouse.
Yeah?
I thought they rotated around.
This,
Well-
I think the next one is anyway.
Oh.
Which steakhouse?
I think it's the one over in Lewis
The
County.
new one? The new one?
Does it matter?
Well, we want to make sure everybody makes it there. He knows where to go. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Well, we'll check on that there, confirm that for you, buddy, and get that date locked in. And we have meetings and minutes of Elkins Road PSD, the Upshur Citizens Corps, and a list of meetings and so that looks like until 1 o'clock, unless there's something else. You have anything else, Megan?
I don't. Actually, I do. There is an adoption event this Saturday at Southern States for our animal control facility. They'll be there from 10 a.m. to 2. They'll have some animals that are at our shelter and up for adoption. So if you are interested, please stop on out.
Okay.
Have we, are we in the process of preparing an advertisement for a part-time employee out
That's
there?
actually in the paper already.
Yeah,
That ends
okay.
on the 30th.
Because Waldo did an excellent job.
He did.
was a good man.
That's all I
Okay.
have.
You gentlemen have anything else?
No.
I don't.
Did you want to talk to us this morning? You just visiting?
I was just stopped down and speaking to Smith. I thought we'd be update before I got down. We further have to get some utility data.
Oh, okay.
I'll have everything completed by next week.
Okay.
Come back and
Give us a full report of how many thousands of dollars we can save by doing
we
what.
don't get the electric company knows we didn't get yet because First Energy is so big now. It just takes a little further.
Yeah.
By all the other utilities we received. So I'm gonna go down, got my laptop, put everything in there.
Well, if you need any help getting information from them, we have a contact.
She's fantastic.
I mean, with First Energy.
Oh, First Energy. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Okay.
I got to see you.
Thank you.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, well, I'm sure we have some bills to pay.
We do.
Okay, well, we will start paying the bill.